Hey everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to make my blue ribbon pickles. First, you want to start out with the vegetables you'll be pickling. Make sure they're super fresh and super clean.
Pick the size jar that best fits your needs. You can get these individual glass jars from IKEA or boxes of multiple sized mason jars from your local grocery or hardware store. Make sure to thoroughly wash and sanitize your jar lids and jars before adding your vegetables. Measure and cut long veggies so that the top of the vegetable is about 1/4 inch below the top of the jar.
For the asparagus, you're going to want to just lay the can sideways and start loading them in just like that. Close together. They can wiggle a little bit. And just make sure that you've got a little bit of space above, so when your pickling liquids go in there, they're covering the top. Now if you're doing a thicker vegetable like Brussels sprouts, make sure you're really getting down in there so that they pickle evenly throughout the can. So what I like to do is I like to cut the ends off, and then I cut them in half, and then I just take any leaves that fall away from it naturally. You don't really have to peel, they'll just fall away themselves. And these are the parts that you're going to be pickling, those soft inner parts. When prepping your green beans, all you have to do is cut those rough ends off and make sure they fit in whatever jar that you're cutting for. So that's just perfect. Just like that. Always making sure there's enough head space for your pickling liquids. Thicker vegetables like carrots, we want to make sure that we're breaking them down, measuring them to the jar, slicing them, and slice them just like you would slice a pickle. So they can get nice and evenly pickled while they're sitting there in their brine. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the ends here. And make sure you don't peel these. These you're going to want to keep unpeeled. The carrots you're going to want to peel before you start cutting into them. So depending on how you like your pickles, you can cut them lengthwise into triangles, or if you like more of a bread and butter pickle, just go ahead and slice them however you like. We are going to put the spices in. So you will have gotten this little bag here of Waldorf Homes pickling spices, and what you're going to do, we'll just use this guy for now. Just go ahead and pour it in there.
The pickling spices consist of coriander seeds, dried dill, peppercorns, mustard seeds, arbol chili, and a bay leaf.
Depending on the spice that you like, you can either completely discard this pepper. If you like a little bit of spice, throw the pepper in just as is. I like it a little bit more spicy, so what I like to do with my peppers is I just give them a little slice with some kitchen shears so that the seeds get released, and then I just pop it right in there. We're going to pour the spices in as well. And then we've also got your bay leaf. The bay leaves are really important. These actually contain tannins, and that's what's going to keep that pickle nice and crunchy. Just slide that on in there. It's all right if it breaks, just pop it on in. Now what you're going to want to do at the end is go ahead and slice up an onion. I do about 1/4 of an onion, but again, it's completely to taste, and then however much garlic you want. I'm going to go with 3 cloves today. If you want to do a little bit more garlic, a little bit less, it's all up to your preference. And then again, with the spices, you can throw anything you want in there. Definitely try out different amounts, different spices, and get your pickle exactly how you like. So I cut off the ends of the garlic here, slice it in half. You can also crush them just a little bit, just to get some of those juices coming out, and throw them on top of the pickles. Make sure you're peeling your onions before you chop into them, because as you chop, it'll get that dirt from the skin and slice it into the actual flesh of the onion. These are my nice long rounds, and I just go ahead and slice along that way. Just a couple nice big slices, throw in there for some extra flavor, and if you like pickled onions, you can just fill it with onions. All right, so our can is ready to go. Next is the pickling liquids.
For pint-sized jars, combine 1/2 cup apple cider vinegar, 1/2 cup white vinegar, and 1/2 cup white wine. Add the liquid to a pot. Then add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt.
A really important part of this is to use that extra wine while you wait for everything to boil up together. Cheers.
Bring the pot to a full rolling boil and stir the mixture to make sure all the sugar and salt is fully dissolved.
So you want to fill just above the vegetables and still keep about 1/4 inch from the top, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. There we go. Take your lid and just tighten it to finger tightness. Not crazy tight, but tight enough so when you're flipping them upside down, whoo, hot, you're not gonna spill them everywhere. So this is the really hard part. For the next 8 days, you cannot open these pickles. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put these in the fridge. Every day when you open your fridge, go ahead, give them a little shake, mixes up the pickling stuff in there, and after 8 days, go ahead and enjoy. They'll be good for about 3 to 4 months in your fridge. Make sure that you're keeping them in your fridge at all times because they are not pressurized, so it's very important that you stay safe when you're pickling. We made some after pickles for you to check out, but unfortunately, they have been being eaten. So that's a good sign though. We love when our pickles get eaten in our home. I'm gonna have one right now. Got a green bean in here. See if you can hear the crunch. It's pretty good. Happy summer, everybody.